They say marriages don't end with shouting, they end with silence. Tammy sits at the edge of her bed. Another night, back to back. Another dinner eaten in silence. Another conversation avoided. Another ache in her chest she can't explain. I'm so tired of feeling like a stranger in my own home, like I'm screaming into a void, and no one hears me. Tammy once believed in forever. She believed in fairy tales, in shared dreams, in building a life together. But somewhere along the way, forever turned into for now, and love turned into logistics. She blamed Richard for the coldness, the distance, for never asking how she was, for the socks on the floor, for forgetting their anniversary again. She blamed him, and the more she blamed, the more broken everything felt. One rainy afternoon, Tammy pulled her car over to the side of the road, her chest tight, her eyes wet, her soul whispering, "Something has to change. Why do I always feel like I'm carrying this alone? Why do I always have to be the strong one? Why won't he change?" And then she saw it. The Limitless Coaching Programme, Dinaledi Institute. Transformation from the inside out. She didn't know why, but she clicked. And in that moment, something began to shift. Her legacy creator coach asked her, "Tammy, where in your body do you feel your pain?" "In my chest. Like, I can't breathe," the coach continued. "And what if it's not Richard keeping you from breathing? What if it's the story you've been telling yourself?" And for the first time, Tammy looked inward. Not with shame, but with radical honesty. She saw the bitterness in her words, the fear in her silence, the judgment behind her sighs, and she began to understand. Her words weren't just describing her marriage, they were creating it. "He never listens. He always makes me feel small. He doesn't care. No more. Today, I choose to speak something new. I am love. I am supported. I release the story of blame." Tammy, what if the most powerful thing you could do for your marriage is to heal the version of you who stopped trusting love? Because when you rise, everything around you begins to shift. And so she did the work. She forgave the version of herself that accepted breadcrumbs. She released the bitterness she had dressed up as strength. She stopped trying to fix Richard and started becoming the woman who no longer needed to be rescued. She began speaking differently. She stopped saying, "He never supports me," and started affirming, "I am supported by love, always." She stopped asking, "When will he change?" and instead asked herself, "How can I become the kind of woman love wants to stay with?" Richard didn't know what had shifted, but he felt it. Tammy no longer spoke with venom. She listened. She softened. She touched his hand. She looked at him, really looked. And slowly, he responded. He stayed at the table longer. He asked how her day was. He leaned in, not because she demanded it, but because she created space for it. "I used to think love meant changing someone else. Now I know love means becoming someone new within myself." Tammy didn't just manifest a new marriage. She became the woman who attracts deep love, who speaks life, who lifts, who blesses. Her words are no longer weapons. They are prayers, they are blueprints, they are vibrations of a higher self. "I don't need a perfect husband. I need an honest connection, and I have that now, because I became the woman who could hold it." She remembered who she was, and in doing so, she remembered who he was too. This is the power of inner work. This is the miracle of limitless love. This is Tammy's awakening. Are you waiting for someone to change? Or are you ready to become the change? If Tammy's story speaks to you, then maybe it's time to stop waiting and start rising. Join the Limitless Coaching Program at the Dinaledi Institute today. Because when you change your words, you change your world.